Welcome to the vlog. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Today's video is about building your own YouTube studio, and it's really windy. Why are you always windy? We got to build our own YouTube video studio because of this, because it's windy in San Francisco all the time. So let's get to building. Oh, but first we got to roll the intro. All right, this is the bag you want. I'm like 95% sure on this. All right, so the first step is we gotta paint that room. It's kind of this yellowish color and I'm not a big fan of it, so let's change that. Choosing a room color is never easy. I decided to go with matte white for now. The benefits kind of a white studio for me, I'm hoping are the space is gonna look bigger and it's gonna have a more light and airy look. The benefits of a black studio would be it's just easier to control light, but it also has a more moody look. So it's done and I'm pretty happy with it. This is just the first, though, of many decisions that you have to make when designing a video studio. The next one for me was going to be the composition of the shot, so how this all was going to look. And this is where things got a little bit tricky. Here are the options. Number one, shooting the width of the room with natural light coming from the window. Number two would be shooting into the window with the city as the backdrop. And number three would be shooting into a corner with maybe half city and half wall. So all of these shots had issues. First of all, the width of the room. The room is only 8 feet wide, and with my current lens setup, I didn't think I was going to be able to get great depth of field with that short of distance. Now, the second option, which was shooting into a window, had its challenges as well. Shooting into a window is always hard. You have to have tons of light on your subject if you don't want to blow out the background. And I wanted to showcase the city as the background. Shooting into a corner kind of just looked funny. And I felt like it was going to be tough to potentially build something out in a corner. So the shot composition goes directly along with the design aesthetic of the room. So I knew I had to keep both of these things in mind. I knew I wanted to have multiple sets in this space to shoot. So I've always liked the classic shelving look behind a subject. I just thought it looked good, and I knew I kind of wanted to have something like that for one set. I also wanted a way to visually show pieces of a story connecting. And my first thought was a corkboard wall. As with any DIY project, though, there will be some struggles and unexpected challenges. But I'm a bit of an optimist when it comes to these things.
Just a bit.
How long have you been there for?
Time to stain the wood. We got stain, pretty good. It's tasty, it's delicious, it'll look good. The coffee stain did not work the way I wanted it to, so I ended up going with just a more traditional stain color I found at Home Depot. Staining took a really long time, especially because I wanted to finish it with lacquer, which I've used before in other projects and I've just really liked the look. But again, issues arose because lacquer is hard to find, especially in a can version. You can find it in a spray-on version, which works well, but it just goes on really thin, which means it takes a lot more coats to get a look that you want. So just more time, basically. So staining and finishing are done. Super excited about that. Now it's time to install the wall brackets for the shelving. So I forgot to record when I was putting up the tracks, so that was my bad. So I initially wanted floating shelves because I like the look of them, but I wanted to be able to easily move the shelves to different heights and positions, which just really suited brackets. The shelving, it's in place. But now it's time to move on to the corkboard wall, which is going to be quite the process and definitely a two-man job. You have measuring and cutting, you have applying the adhesive, and then you have applying the corkboard to the wall. The studio is pretty much done, so let me show you what it looks like. done. super happy with it. It took quite a bit longer than I expected, so sorry this video took so long to come out. It also took a little bit more money than I expected. So the grand total was $329, which was more money than I was expecting to spend, but I'm really happy with it. So it could be a little bit more or a little bit less depending on what stuff you already have, like sandpaper or stain or paintbrushes. All that kind of stuff adds up. So if you already have it, it'll probably cost you a little bit less. So the other key thing, obviously, about a video studio is the gear. So as far as lights, I have the Aperture 120D. That's set up on an Impact C stand. So my second light is my backlight. It's kind of my hairline, and it is like a light wand. It's by a company called Yongnuo, I believe. It's the YN360. It's really great. It does 3200, 5600 Kelvin, and it's also RGB, so it's super versatile. And I've got it on just a little light stand as well. The third light that I have is just a small little Aperture AL-M9 light. So as far as audio goes, my main mic is the Deity D3 Pro, and it's really great. I've really enjoyed it so far. I have it just on a little mic stand here to boom out. It gets it a little closer to my face. I'm also gonna be using some sound insulation cubes, so I still gotta get these up. But this should hopefully help with the echo and just overall sound quality. Obviously, camera setup, I'm using the Sony a6500. I'm using a Manfrotto tripod. So as far as monitoring gear, I have the Atomos Shinobi. It's a 5-inch monitor. It's got a great picture and it's been really useful. Yeah, that's the studio.
I'm not gonna stop shooting video out here. I mean, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm over 1,000 subs now, so thank you everybody. I really appreciate it. Honestly, I can't say thank you enough. It's awesome. It's incredible. All right, thanks. Bye.